Hello,
Julie.
everybody. We are so excited to have Kaleigh Cohen here with us today. Kaleigh is a personal trainer, a spin instructor. She's taught indoor cycling and strength classes across the world for over 10 years, and she now offers free, that's right, I said free, online cycling classes, strength training, and stretching routines so that you can work out together with her on your schedule from your home, wherever it's comfortable for you and where you have internet connection. So we are so excited to have her here today. I can attest, I personally started spinning with Kaleigh during the pandemic and then jumped into some of her strength and stretching. She's amazing. I love her because of her workouts and her positive energy. So we are so happy to have you here with us, and you can check her out. Check the links below. We've got her links for her YouTube channels, for cycling, strength training, stretching. Her website has a bunch of free courses as well. She's got her Revive course coming up. It's 8 weeks of free workouts. So check out her website, kaleighcohen.com. And now let's jump into some of the questions here.
Yeah.
Well,
So
thank you. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, Kaleigh, I wanted to ask you, okay, so what's unique about your approach, your philosophy to fitness?
I would have to say that I really like to bring the body and mind together. I think that sometimes when you do a workout, you're just trying to get your muscles, or you're just trying to strengthen your heart, but your mind really goes along with you. And if you take it in the workout with you and you focus and you work on building your mind, it will help you in your everyday life and anything that challenges you in life as well. Just like trying to get those last few reps in, if you have something that you're really working for in life, and that's just like a few more reps to go, that workout is going to pop into your mind and you're going to say, I can do this. So I love to bring those two aspects together in my workouts.
Oh, I love that. And can you tell us a little bit on how you got into doing all of this, how you transitioned from in-person to online and to supporting people so generously?
Oh, well, yeah. So it was, I have always loved fitness. Even just growing up, I would go with my mom to her step aerobics classes, and we would do jazzercise together and all of this stuff. And so as I grew, I found my first cycling class. And as soon as I went into that class, that 45 minutes was over, I was like, this is my thing. And I loved it. And then I got into strength training after that. I became a cycling instructor first and a group exercise instructor. And then I became a personal trainer. We lived in the US. I was teaching and coaching there. Then we moved to Saudi Arabia, which then I started doing personal training, coaching. I did classes there as well. And then we moved to Dubai. And at that time, I had 2 kids. Traffic in Dubai is crazy. I didn't really know anyone. I didn't have anyone to watch the kids, but I missed people. I missed people and I missed doing workouts with people. And so I just said to my husband, I know this sounds crazy, but I want to put a workout on YouTube for my mom. I just want to work out with my mom because she's never been able to do one of my cycling classes. And he was like, fine. He saw what I filmed with my phone, and he was getting into cameras at the time. And he was willing to film it, thankfully. And other people started doing the workout with me. And it was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to post another one. And so it just sort of snowballed from there. And I really think there's a special combination when you get cycling and strength involved. So I'm losing headphones. So with that said, we decided to add the strength channel as well. So now we have the cycling and the strength because I think those two together are just an awesome combo. So that's my story in a nutshell.
God, I love that. That's so cool. And I think that your energy in the videos, it kind of shows, because you're like, you started with like, I want to do this with my mom. It's like I think maybe that, I feel like that's where that love comes from. It's like you feel like your family when you join one of your cycling classes. I love that.
Thank you. That's awesome. Well, thank you. Yeah. It's my passion, and it's just the community that has formed around just what everyone in the community's accomplished has just been amazing. And I'm just so grateful that people have allowed me into their workouts. So it's just been an awesome experience to be on camera and do workouts, which I never thought would be a thing for me, but you know how things go.
definitely know that. So you mentioned like mindset and like how important that is, like how to, and I was kind of thinking, what, like, do you think there's like a direct correlation, even like an unconscious one, between kind of our emotions and how, like, what our draw is to fitness and doing these workouts? Like, for example, like some people might be like, oh, I have like a lot of pent up like anxiety or stress, and I need to work it out, and they like get on the bike and they work it out. Or some people might be like, oh, I have like all this like stuff about my body, and so they kind of come at it with like a little bit of a different mindset, like, oh, I have to work out, and how do you shift that? Do you ever find that? What do you feel about that?
Is I know, I love the question. I love the question because I was the second person. I was the second person who was like, I have to work out. Like it was not a good thing. But thankfully I was, over the years that has changed. And now instead of using it as like, oh, this is a punishment, I've got to be on the bike for, an hour every single day. Now it's like, I want to be on the bike. And it's like such a freeing experience to be on the bike, letting go of stress, and just finding out what your body is capable of. So I love that question because I think sometimes when I'm on the bike, I will remember that time when I was like that, and I just want to be on the bike. And if someone is in that place, hopefully they will get some words of encouragement to say like, you are amazing no matter wherever you are in your journey, and we're just here to become stronger, body and mind. So yes, I love that question, and I've experienced both. And the first option, the option where you're like, I want to be here, this is so good for me, is way better. So yeah.
Do you think that's like it's trained in, like after a little bit, you're like, oh, I realize how much it feels, or like where did the shift happen for you? Do you think? Or just one day you're just like, wow, I actually love this.
It's it's weird because I've always loved it, but it was like, it was a weird relate. How you have those things, you go through ebbs and flows of life, and sometimes even though I loved it, it was just I still would, I don't want to say I used it as a punishment, but I was like, I've got to do this. And it was more like a must than a want. So, but when my mind switched and I was like, I think it was when I had kids and I realized I need to be the healthiest, the best, and the most right here, right now mom I can be, not, worried about when my next workout is going to be or when this is going to be. So I think when I had my son, which was 8 years ago. Wow. So Eli is my oldest. When I had Eli 8 years ago, it was just like, I have to be the best for him. And my attitude towards working out, and this is not the best. This is not, I can't be present with him if I'm thinking about these other things. So I think that was kind of my switch, was when I was like, whoa, it's healthy body and mind. And this is not I guess that's probably it.
Love that.
Yeah, I love that. And Kaleigh, thank you for sharing that. Like, honestly, thank you for sharing, because we know there are so many people that have things from childhood, even other kids called them fat, or their parents told them, you eat too much. And then, they have this body image, self-image that isn't even correct. And
it's not true. Exactly.
Yeah. It's just pushing them. Yeah. So I love that share. I think that's going to touch a lot of people.
Good. I hope.
Yeah. And for those who are experiencing like stress, anxiety, frustration, anger, if working out makes you feel better, then do it, keep doing it, because it's a release, and releasing Definitely. Is great. And so now, Kaleigh, can we ask you, for those in the audience that struggle with time and motivation when it comes to fitness, can you address the belief that many people have that exercise has to be hard, that it has to take a long time, and that it has to require a lot of equipment?
For sure, because I'm telling you what, my thing is like, I love 20-minute workouts, and I think you will be amazed at what you can accomplish in 20 minutes. I feel like there's each of us has maybe one or two exercise regimens or disciplines. Like mine's cycling and strength. I just love it. And I feel like each of us have one or two of those. And when we find that, like, that's our go-to, that's our thing. And so I would say, if you don't love something, try again, try something new, because I bet you will. I mean, there are so many things. I mean, swimming, karate, there are so many, I won't go on because we know, but I think, yes, finding something you love is going to be key, but you definitely do not have to spend all day in the gym. We do longer workouts on the channel, and those are fun because we actually do those as a community together, usually on Saturday, and we will do like usually an hour cycling class and a 30-minute strength class. But most of my workouts, 20, 30 minutes, and I'm telling, we worked really hard and we are feeling good after that 20 or 30 minutes. And as far as equipment goes, there are so many options now, even with bikes on Amazon. You can get an amazing bike on Amazon for just a super affordable price, like whatever your budget may be. I'm sure you can find something that will fit into that budget, or whatever, like there's so many used sites out there too, because I know there's a lot of people that maybe cycling wasn't their most favorite workout, so they have a bike sitting around and they just want to get rid of it and stop using it as a clothes drying rack. So there's always that option. And then even with like you don't have to have dumbbells. You don't have to worry about it taking up space in your house. Even if you have workout resistance bands, those are awesome options until you feel confident that that's something you want to invest more money into or more space in your house into. So you can always have those options. It's like, I mean, the possibilities are endless now with Amazon. I'm not here promoting Amazon. I'm just saying Amazon always has like so many things, but yeah.
Yeah. And I love that. And I'm just going to tell the audience again, that is how I found Kaleigh. It was the pandemic. I had 2 kids at home. I suddenly became a homeschooler and I was working and I just needed 20 minutes. And I got on YouTube and searched 20-minute workout. And I was like, what can I find? And then I found all of Kaleigh's stuff, and her 20-minute workouts will get you sweating. You're going to feel great. So if you can find that 20 minutes, start there.
That's the thing. It's just, I was thinking I've been thinking about lately is busy does not mean you're being productive. So I've been trying to pay attention to little things that might be keeping me busy, but not productive. And so if you can think of a workout as something that's productive, you will be able to find 20 minutes of what's been keeping you busy, whatever that may be. For me, that's probably scrolling on my phone through Amazon or something like that. We're not going to go there. But anywho, so yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
So if those who are kind of maybe struggling a little bit to lose weight or burn fat, what's kind of like the most effective plan of attack, would you say, for someone who feels like they're struggling? Maybe they only have 20, 30 minutes, like 2-3 times a week. What's something that they could do to get started?
And definitely. That's an awesome question, because I think that's probably 75% of people. Most people don't have enough time to do that. And it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming because, you usually set this huge goal. I've been here, so I'm just gonna talk from experience, right? Okay, all right. So you set this huge goal for yourself. You're like, well, I need to lose 40 pounds, so I'm going to cut this out. I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna cut this out, and pretty soon you're left with nothing. Like everything you've enjoyed is gone over here in the trash, and now you have a fridge full of lettuce and spinach and broccoli, and probably a bunch of expensive exercise equipment that you don't even know if you love that workout yet. So my biggest thing is pick 1 or 2 tiny little things, make those changes first, and then move up from there. So if you completely overwhelmed, I'm already overwhelmed, talking from experience, but so if you try to overwhelm yourself with these crazy things and take all of your joy, like things that you love, like, if you want to have time to sit and have a coffee with your friends, you don't want to get rid of the coffee that you might love because you think, I'm saving 100 calories here or 100 calories there. You still want to enjoy that, and you can. There's just other little things that you can change in your life. So I think making sure you get enough water, that's an awesome first step. Just every day, I'm going to make sure that I get 8 cups of water, because half the time we're dehydrated and we think we're hungry when we just need to drink water. So there's like that thing. Do that for a couple weeks until that becomes a habit. Then you work on your next little habit. And before you know it, you are going to be making actual changes you can stick with, not just an overwhelmed 2 weeks of, well, that was miserable. Yeah. So that would be my tip, is just start small with one little thing, and be super consistent with that until you can, do that with your eyes closed, and then move on to your next step. Weight loss is one thing where you did not put it on overnight, so you are not going to lose it overnight with a tea or a pill or a workout at a 5-minute workout every day. So this is my spiel. I could go on this, but yeah. I'll leave it there.
Yes, no, we love that. Earl and I often teach about micro habits, and we're with you. We completely agree. It's starting with that Amazing. One little thing. And for those out there that are sitting there thinking, okay, I want to lose weight and I want to burn that fat. If they're going to start with that first micro habit of moving their body, what would you recommend starting with? Is it cardio? Is it weight training? What do you think would help them make that first step?
Yeah, so there's a myth. Well, I don't want to say it because cardio is an awesome part, but some people think that only cardio is the way to lose weight, where strength training or resistance training, again, with those resistance bands, super affordable on Amazon, that can help you build muscle. And when your body has more lean muscle mass, it's not a huge difference, but muscle burns more fat throughout the day because it requires more energy every day to keep that muscle mass up. So if you are into weights or if you were into resistance, that's an awesome first place to start. But let's just say you love cardio. I love cycling because you can add resistance to your flywheel. So you're getting a little bit of resistance in with cycling as well. But I would just say start with whatever you love. And then let's say you love cardio. I would just say start with that for, even if it's a walk for, 20 minutes, start with that first. And then as you get comfortable with that, then start adding those other things on, because I know that weight training can be pretty overwhelming because there are so many different things. There's so many different muscle groups. So if that is something you're looking into, if you were to look to YouTube, then make sure you just do your research to make sure you find someone that has the knowledge behind them and they're not, just throwing things together. So if weight training is something you're interested in, make sure you find someone that is knowledgeable in that area before you just go all in on it.
Yes, no, I completely agree. It's you can hurt yourself out there today.
Yeah, you just have to be careful because you never know. And I mean, there are a ton of amazing trainers and coaches on YouTube for sure, but you just have to be careful to not just make sure you know where they came from. We'll say that.
Yes, and I love that because when you build that muscle, it burns the fat. Then you have like a helper, all day long helping you burn calories.
Yes, it's amazing. So that's why I love strength training. If that is something that they would be interested, like if your community out there is like, I think I'd be interested in that, but I'm a little overwhelmed, then do a little bit of research on your own, find out what's going to work best for you and go for that, because it makes such a big difference, not only in the shape of your body, but in your day-to-day life activities. Like it makes such a huge difference. I'm telling you, I can carry all the groceries in from the car one trip. No, I'm just kidding. That's my goal. That's the only reason I lift weights. No, it's not. I have a pug that I have to carry around. That's why I lift weights.
We really appreciate your time. We want to make sure to if there's one thing you want to kind of leave our audience with, what would it be? Like one kind of nice big something.
One thing. All right. Let's see. Ooh, that is a good one because I'm trying to think here because we've covered like so much awesome stuff right now. And I think it's just, if weight loss, or even if just a change in your body, if you're just working to be the healthiest you that you can be, take those baby steps. That is like the biggest key to long-term success, is working little by little, and have those little goals written down. Have that big goal in mind, have that big goal out there, but take those baby steps to whatever, work backwards from that big, huge goal to where you are now, and you will get there. So just don't give up. I know it can be so overwhelming, but know that you can do this, and you will. When you reach those little goals, it's going to give you that momentum to push you forward to each next step. So just take those baby goals as a win and then move forward to that next bigger goal. And that's going to get you to to that finish line before you know it. And then you're going to be reaching for the stars. So.
Oh, I love that. I love the encouragement to
Oh,
just
yeah.
get started and start somewhere. Because that's what happens, I think, for so many people. They don't want to get started. But then once you do, you see how great you feel. You feel
Yes.
great after your workout. You feel like you really achieved something. Your body feels better. And then it makes you want more and more. So she's
Exactly.
planting the seed here to just find what you're passionate about and jump in and start doing it. I love that. And Kaleigh, thank you so much again for your time and for being here today. And just for the audience, everybody, check out her links that are posted here. You can find her new Revive workouts. Those are all free on her website, KaleighCohen.com, and that's listed below. And you can also check her out on YouTube. So if you're a lot like me and many other people in her audience, you can just go to YouTube and go to her YouTube channel, check out her cycling, her strength, her stretching, all of her different workouts, and you can allow her to be your first baby step and getting started. Or if you're already working out, check out her Saturdays for those longer workouts. Yes.
Thank you. I thank you so much, both Julie and Earl, for having me. This was amazing. I cannot thank you enough.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Well, make sure you guys check out her amazing YouTube channel. I know I have been, and I'm probably gonna go do one of her nice stretching videos after this. I'm a little stiff, so this is my morning movement. But yeah, make sure you guys hop in, get some movement, and really, because it's so inspiring to have Kaleigh here. And thank you so much. And I wanted to express one more time before we.
Oh, thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.